TikTok's future is up in the air tonight. The Supreme Court upholding a law that would ban the popular social media app Sunday unless it cuts ties with parent company ByteDance. And Lauren Feiner, senior policy reporter at The Verge, joins us live to discuss it. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
This has a lot to do, well, I guess pretty much everything to do with the Chinese company ByteDance and the security issues that they're afraid of, right?
That's right. Yeah, there's basically two reasons why the US government felt like it was important to take this step of forcing ByteDance to divest TikTok or face a ban in the US. First is data security concerns that the Chinese government could potentially access US user data through TikTok. And second was the potential for the algorithm to be influenced by the Chinese government.
And this is not a new issue. We've been talking about this for a while. Why has it now come to this decision that they're going to ban it?
Yeah, so this is actually something that started under the Trump administration when Trump tried to issue an executive order to ban TikTok, and that fell through in the courts. But this has been something that the government has seen as a priority for a long time. Even though people forgot about it, it never really went away. And eventually, Congress took up a bill to force ByteDance to divest TikTok or face a ban, and that's led us all the way to the Supreme Court. And today, the Supreme Court said that yes, this law is constitutional and the ban can move forward.
And the president-elect pretty much has changed his mind from what he thought of in his first administration. And he says he may want it to stay.
That's right. It's really a striking change. And President Trump hasn't really said what he plans to do to save TikTok, but he has kind of had a change in tune and, has what he said is a warm spot for TikTok, in part because he sees what it did for his own campaign.
Well, let's talk about the people who use TikTok and how it could hurt a lot of them, because we had a gentleman we talked to and said that his business really depends on TikTok as opposed to the other social media apps.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people who run businesses on TikTok who have created community on TikTok who are going to be impacted by this ban, should it go through as expected on Sunday. And I think people are really bracing for that. They're bracing for whether they need to move to new platforms or wind down their businesses or, figure out something else to do.
For a lot of people who are listening who aren't big social media fans or don't use it a lot, how does TikTok differ from the others, other than the Chinese, it being owned by a Chinese company?
Right. So I think what makes TikTok really unique is when you open the app, it goes straight into a video that's auto playing on your phone. And then as you scroll, the algorithm is really powerful and can serve you a lot of content that it really quickly learns what you're interested in. And unlike an app like Instagram, which is really more about following people that you already know or finding people within your interests and then following them and receiving their content, it's a lot easier on TikTok to just get discovered out of nowhere. That's why we've seen a lot of people like Charli D'Amelio is someone you might have heard of who kind of like come out of oblivion and become these really famous stars through TikTok.
So the ByteDance has what now? It's Friday, 2 days to divest.
That's right. Yeah, there's just 2 days left for ByteDance to divest or for some kind of Hail Mary to happen here.
Yeah, and we know that the president already said it doesn't want to and begging for the president-elect to keep it. Thank you so much, Laura. Appreciate it.
Thank you.